Hey there. Welcome back. Ready for another deep dive?
Always.
This time, we're tackling something both familiar and fascinating.
Oh,
Tenrikyo.
interesting choice.
And to make it even more intriguing, we're going to be using a mini quiz as our guide
Oh, a quiz.
from The Spiritual Seek.
Ah, yes. The Spiritual Seek.
You know that site?
I do, yeah.
With those surprisingly insightful quizzes.
Yes. The Spiritual Seek, they always manage to present these complex spiritual concepts in such an engaging way.
Right. It's really thought-provoking.
Very much so.
So this mini quiz,
Okay.
it's designed to test our knowledge
Uh-huh.
of Tenrikyo's core beliefs.
Okay. I'm ready.
We've got 6 questions,
All right.
each with multiple choice answers.
Sounds good.
We'll unpack each one,
Okay.
figure out the correct answer,
Yeah.
and really explore the why behind it.
Excellent.
Sound like fun?
Absolutely. Quizzes are a great way to learn because they force you to think actively.
Right.
Plus, who doesn't love a little competition?
Exactly. Okay, let's get started. Question 1 asks about the very essence of human existence, according to Tenrikyo.
Okay.
What is the fundamental teaching of Tenrikyo regarding human existence?
Okay, lay it on me.
All right, here are our options.
All right.
A, humans are originally pure and should strive to live joyously in harmony with others.
Okay.
B, humans are inherently sinful and must seek redemption through rituals. Or C, human life is a cycle of suffering that can only be escaped through enlightenment.
All right. So what are your initial thoughts on these?
Well, knowing a bit about Tenrikyo and its focus on joy
Right.
and positive living,
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of immediately drawn to option A.
Okay.
It just seems to resonate with the overall spirit
Yeah.
of the teachings.
Mm-hmm.
What about options B and C, though?
Yeah.
Those sound familiar from other religions, don't they?
They do. Those themes of sin and suffering are definitely present in many religions.
Right.
But Tenrikyo offers a much more optimistic view of human nature.
Great.
So option B, with its emphasis on sin and redemption. That aligns more with Abrahamic traditions.
Okay.
And option C, focusing on suffering and enlightenment.
Right.
That has roots in Buddhism and Hinduism.
Okay.
Neither quite captures the unique perspective
Okay.
of Tenrikyo.
So it sounds like option A is the winner here.
Yes, you are spot on.
Okay.
Tenrikyo emphasizes the inherent purity of humans.
Okay.
They believe we're all created by God,
Okay.
Tenryo no Mikoto,
Mhm.
with a purpose to live joyfully
Okay.
and contribute positively to the world.
That's a beautiful concept.
It is.
Really flips the script on the whole idea of humans being flawed from the start.
Right.
Instead, it's about embracing our innate goodness
Yeah,
and spreading that joy outwards.
exactly. It's a very empowering belief.
Yeah.
It suggests that we all have that capacity for great good
Okay.
and that living joyfully isn't a luxury,
Mm-hmm.
but a fundamental aspect of our existence.
I like that. That was a great warm-up.
It was.
Now let's dive into question 2.
All right.
This one explores Tenrikyo's view of the divine.
Okay.
How does Tenrikyo view the concept of God or divine presence?
All right.
Shoot. Okay, here are our choices.
Okay.
A, God is both immanent and transcendent, intimately involved in creation while also beyond it.
Okay.
B, God is a singular, personal deity who directly intervenes in human affairs.
Mm-hmm.
Or C, God is an abstract force that governs the universe without personal interaction.
Interesting choices.
I know, right? All 3 sound plausible.
They do.
Option B seems to reflect a more traditional, maybe Western view
Yeah.
of a personal God
Mm-hmm.
actively involved in our lives.
Right.
Option C feels more philosophical, maybe aligning with certain Eastern philosophies.
Yeah, I see that.
And then there's A,
Yes.
which seems to hold a bit of both.
Okay.
God being both close and distant,
Yeah.
personal and beyond our understanding.
Mm-hmm.
That one's definitely the most intriguing to me.
It is interesting. You're picking up on some key nuances there.
Okay.
While options B and C represent common understandings,
Yeah.
they don't fully capture the complexity of Tenrikyo's view.
Gotcha.
They believe that God, Tenryo no Mikoto, is both immanent and transcendent,
Right.
intimately involved in our lives,
Mm-hmm.
yet simultaneously existing beyond our limited human comprehension.
Okay.
It's a concept that emphasizes both God's personal connection to humanity
Hmm.
and the awe-inspiring mystery of the divine.
So it's not an either situation,
Right.
but a both hand.
Exactly.
God is both present
Yeah.
in the everyday details of our lives,
Yes.
yet also something vast and unknowable.
It is. It encourages a sense of reverence and intimacy
Yeah,
in our relationship with the divine.
that's a pretty mind-blowing concept.
It is.
I'm starting to see how the spiritual Sikh crafted this quiz to really highlight
Yeah.
these unique aspects of Tenrikyo.
Absolutely. They're guiding us toward a deeper understanding of this
Okay.
fascinating faith tradition.
On to question 3.
Let's do it.
This one shifts our focus to action.
Oh,
What role does Hinokishin play in Tenrikyo practice?
Hinokishin. Okay. Let's see what we have to work with. The choices are,
All right.
it refers to acts of selfless service performed as expressions of gratitude towards God.
Oh?
B, it is a form of meditation aimed at achieving spiritual enlightenment.
Hmm.
Or C, it involves ritual sacrifices made to appease deities for blessings.
Okay.
These options present some very different approaches
Yeah.
to spiritual practice.
Yeah. Option B makes me think of various meditative traditions,
Yeah.
while option C seems more aligned with ancient rituals or certain folk religions.
Right.
But I'm curious about A,
Okay.
selfless service as an expression of gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds very much in line with Tenrikyo's focus on joy and positive action.
You're on the right track.
Okay.
The correct answer is A.
Right.
Hinokishin is all about putting faith into action
Okay.
by voluntarily helping others without expecting anything in return.
So it's like a tangible manifestation of that joy and interconnectedness we talked about earlier.
Exactly. And Hinokishin isn't just about benefiting others.
It also cultivates joy and thankfulness within the person performing these acts of service.
Oh, wow. I like that.
It's a beautiful cycle
Yeah.
where giving and receiving become intertwined.
I love that. It's a reminder that even small acts of kindness can have a ripple effect,
Yes.
creating positive change both within ourselves and in the world around us.
Okay, I'm ready for question 4. Hit me with it.
All right, question 4 introduces a concept with a rather unique name,
Okay.
Kashimono Karimono,
Kashimono Karimono.
which translates to a thing lent, a thing borrowed.
Okay.
It asks, what is the significance of Kashimono Karimono in Tenrikyo doctrine?
That name really piques my curiosity.
Yeah.
Sounds like it has something to do with possessions.
Okay.
Or maybe our relationship with the material world.
You're on the right track. Let's see what the options are.
Okay.
It represents the belief that everything we have belongs ultimately to God, emphasizing stewardship over ownership. B, it denotes an economic principle advocating communal sharing among believers to reduce inequality. Okay. Or C, it signifies that all material possessions are temporary gifts from ancestors that must be honored through rituals.
These options touch on different aspects of how we view and interact with the world around us.
Right.
Option B sounds like it could be a social or economic principle within a community.
Yeah.
Option C reminds me of ancestral veneration practices found in various cultures.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm drawn to A.
Okay.
The idea of stewardship over ownership
Yeah.
seems profound and honestly pretty relevant in today's world.
You've hit the nail on the head. The correct answer is A.
All right.
Kashimono Karimono encapsulates the belief that everything we have,
Right.
our bodies, our possessions, our talents, ultimately belongs to God.
Yep.
We're merely caretakers, entrusted with these gifts during our time on Earth.
Wow. That's a really humbling perspective, isn't it?
Right.
It shifts the focus from what's mine to what am I entrusted with?
Right.
It makes you think twice about how you use and value what you have.
Exactly. And that shift in perspective can have profound implications.
Okay.
It encourages humility, responsibility,
Yeah.
and a deep sense of gratitude. It invites us to use what we have wisely, ethically,
Right.
and with an awareness of the divine source from which it all flows.
It's like we're participating in this grand cosmic exchange, receiving gifts from God,
Right.
nurturing them,
Yeah.
and using them to create positive change in the world. That's a beautiful way to think about our role in the universe.
I couldn't agree more. Kashimono Karimono is a concept that can truly transform our relationship with the material world
Okay.
and inspire us to live more consciously and compassionately.
All right, let's move on to question 5.
Okay.
This one explores how Tenrikyo teachings are shared. The question is, in what way does Yoboku contribute to the spread of Tenrikyo's teachings?
Yoboku. Interesting.
Okay.
The options are
Okay.
Yoboku act as lay missionaries who spread teachings through daily interactions rather than formal sermons alone. B. Yoboku are scholars tasked with interpreting sacred texts for academic purposes within theological institutions.
Okay.
Or C. Yoboku are ordained priests responsible for conducting religious ceremonies exclusively within church premises.
So what are your initial impressions of these roles?
Well, option B sounds like a role you'd find in many religions.
Yeah.
Scholars who dedicate themselves to studying and interpreting sacred texts.
Right?
Option C also seems familiar.
Yeah.
Ordained priests leading rituals and ceremonies.
Right.
But option A stands out.
Yeah.
Lay missionaries spreading teachings through daily interactions. That's a very different approach.
It is.
It seems more organic, more about embodying the teachings in everyday life.
Right.
You're right, option A does highlight a unique aspect
Yeah.
of Tenrikyo's approach to spreading its message.
Okay.
And you're absolutely correct, that is the role of Yoboku.
Okay.
They're not ordained priests or scholars confined to institutions. They're everyday people
Yeah.
who live their lives according to Tenrikyo principles and share their faith through their actions and interactions with others.
It's like they're walking examples
Yes.
of the teachings,
Yeah.
showing how these principles can be integrated into daily life.
Exactly.
That's a powerful form of evangelism.
It is.
Not through preaching, but through living.
Precisely. It's about making spirituality accessible and relatable
Okay.
by demonstrating its relevance in everyday situations. Yoboku are like living embodiments of Tenrikyo's teachings,
Right.
inspiring others through their example.
Okay, we've reached our final question,
All right, bring it on.
and it brings us back to a central theme in Tenrikyo.
Okay.
What does joyous life mean within the context of Tenrikyo beliefs?
Joyous life. I like that.
Me too.
Let's hear the options.
Okay. A harmonious existence where individuals live with gratitude, helping others while nurturing inner peace.
Okay.
B. A lifestyle characterized by constant celebration without regard for responsibilities or consequences. Or C. A state achieved after death where souls reside eternally free from earthly concerns or desires.
Interesting.
What resonates with you as we consider these choices?
Well, option B sounds tempting on the surface,
Yeah.
but ultimately unsustainable.
Right.
Constant celebration without balance wouldn't lead to a truly fulfilling life.
Wouldn't.
Option C seems more like a concept of heaven or afterlife found in other religions.
Right.
But option A,
Yeah.
a harmonious existence with gratitude, service, and inner peace. That feels like the heart of what we've been exploring with Tenrikyo.
It does, doesn't it?
You're absolutely right. The concept of joyous life in Tenrikyo goes far beyond fleeting happiness
Okay.
or a carefree existence.
Yeah.
It's about aligning your life with God's intentions, living with a deep sense of gratitude, actively contributing to the well-being of others, and cultivating inner peace that transcends external circumstances.
It's a holistic vision of joy, isn't it? It's not just about personal happiness, but about creating a more harmonious and joyful world.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that our actions have ripple effects, and that by cultivating joy in our own lives,
Right.
we can inspire and uplift those around us. It's a beautiful and empowering message.
It is.
Honestly, I think we could all use a little more of that in the world today.
Agreed. This deep dive has been incredibly insightful.
Yes, it has.
We've explored some profound concepts, from the inherent purity of humans
Yeah.
to the unique nature of God, to the power of selfless service and gratitude. It's amazing how much we've uncovered through a simple mini quiz. It really is remarkable how the spiritual Sikh manages to create these quizzes that are not just fun, but also spark genuine reflection and learning.
I think it's their ability to distill complex spiritual concepts, into bite-sized questions that really makes them stand out.
Yeah.
They have a knack for sparking curiosity and inviting you to think more deeply about these ideas.
And speaking of sparking curiosity,
Yeah.
this deep dive has definitely left me wanting to learn more about Tenrikyo.
Oh, absolutely.
Like we've only scratched the surface
Right.
of a very rich and multifaceted tradition.
I agree. There's so much more to explore.
There is.
We could delve deeper into the historical context of Tenrikyo,
Yeah.
its founder Miki Nakayama, the evolution of its practices,
Right.
or the global reach of its teachings. It's a truly fascinating subject.
And I think one of the key takeaways for me is how Tenrikyo emphasizes the practical application of spiritual principles.
Absolutely.
It's not just about believing.
Yeah.
It's about living your faith in a way that brings joy and benefits others.
Yes, that emphasis on action and living a joyous life is what really sets Tenrikyo apart.
Yeah.
They believe that joy isn't just a personal experience.
Right.
It's something we're meant to share and spread throughout the world.
And that's where the role of Yuboku comes in, right?
Yes.
They're like ambassadors of joy, embodying the teachings and inspiring others through their everyday actions.
Exactly. They're living proof that spirituality isn't confined to temples or scriptures.
Yeah.
It's something we can integrate into every aspect of our lives.
Right.
From our interactions with family and friends to our work and community involvement.
It's like they're saying, don't just talk about joy, be joy.
Yeah.
Don't just preach kindness, live kindness.
And I think that message is something we all need to hear regardless of our religious beliefs or spiritual background.
Absolutely.
We can all benefit from cultivating gratitude, practicing selfless service, and striving to create more harmony in our lives and in the world around us.
Absolutely. It's about recognizing that we're all interconnected and that our actions, no matter how small, have a ripple effect.
They do.
By choosing joy, by spreading kindness, we can contribute to a more positive and harmonious world.
And that's a powerful thought to leave our listeners with, isn't it? We all have the capacity to be yoboku in our own way, to be beacons of joy and agents of positive change.
I love that idea. So to our listeners out there,
yes,
we encourage you to explore Tenrikyo further if it piques your interest.
Absolutely.
There's so much to discover.
Yeah.
And who knows, you might just find some inspiration for living a more joyful and meaningful life.
And even if you don't delve deeper into Tenrikyo, I hope this deep dive has inspired you to reflect on how you can cultivate more joy, gratitude, and harmony in your own life.
Right.
Remember, even small acts of kindness can make a big difference.
Well said. That wraps up our deep dive into the world of Tenrikyo.
It does.
We've explored some truly inspiring concepts.
We have.
And I hope sparked a bit of curiosity in all of you. Until next time.
Yes.
Keep seeking, keep learning, and keep spreading that joy.